Alright, here we go. Hopefully this is working alright here. First time giving this a shot, so you will need to bear with me if there's any strange issues we do have at all. Hopefully we won't. Fingers crossed. Been testing it earlier on and everything seemed to work alright, so let's see. So we'll have, for this stream I reckon we'll do some Blitz, and I've got some, let's see, some energy saved up for raiding. Hey Rain, good to see you mate. I'm going to head through the Fuego, if that's how you say it. So that's the harder Deadpool raid. You can see we've made a good start on it already. It's only, was it an hour and a half down? We've cleared 9%, so that's pretty nice. There we go, I'll go on the outside line here. In fact, we've got the Serb there. Wait till he clears that. Then what we'll do is we'll work our way around outside here and up. I bought the pack for $9.99, so we've got some of the charges. Hey, good to see you, Jack. Be moving in just a moment here. Hey, Reich, good to see you. I think I recognise you from Marvel Heroes all that time ago. Not from Denmark. Maybe got the Denmark look a little bit with the weather's kind of bleached my hair to an extent, but it's from Scotland. Let's see. Hey Daniel. So I'll have a quick look at the roster just now, show it off to you guys. Managed to get, let's see, level 5 Deadpool earlier on, which was pretty great. Got, how many was it? Was it 6 of his orbs, and 3 of them had 10 shards, so that was awesome. Loud and clear, good stuff, Cruise. Yeah, Marvel Heroes. Hopefully when the Avengers game does come out, that will be kind of similar idea. Didn't mean to click on Luke Cage there, but I can show off the fact I've almost got him at 7-star, just 2 shards to go. So we'll get them through the daily rewards. So that's all good. Let's have a look and see if we're good to go in this Deadpool raid yet. If you're watching, Seb, we're just waiting on you to move. Could actually do a little bit of Blitz just now, actually. We'll do that. Let's see. Hey Ryan, good to see you. Right, let's see. So I messed up earlier on this Blitz. I was up at level 6 and I lost 2 matches in a row by trying to push ahead with weaker teams, and that's one of the things you really need to watch out for in Blitz. It's all about, of course, getting your stronger teams and using them later on, but you don't want to make the mistake of taking too many gambles and you lose a match and potentially you're dropping down 4 matches, because that's how many matches it takes to go up a tier. So that's something you need to be very wary of. Yeah, well, they're both good together, I would say. Electric, they work great. Right, so check this out, let's see. I really wish it did tell you at what stage in tier 6 we were at. Probably at level 2 or 3, because the enemies are just ahead of me. The team I'm using here, we want to avoid anyone that's got defense up, because then crossbones can absolutely annihilate them. So we'll go for this middle team. This should be nice and easy. This is the Blitz team I've been using for quite a while, and it's really good. I do plan on doing a video on it in time. I would say it's possibly better than my Avengers team now, which I never really would have expected. Let me know if everything in the stream is alright as well. First time doing this, let me know if the chat's alright and the image and the audio and what have you as well. If I need to turn down the game audio or turn it up, I'm happy to do that. We'll have it on ×2 here. So let's see, we want to remove speed up from Crossbones. We don't want him attacking first, although he probably will because he had to speed up for a small amount of time there. And then let's see, go for Hulk next. Then we've got the Stealth and the Evade, pretty awesome hand sentry. We've got no choice but to use, let's see, is the Fence Down on Crossbones because he's taunted. Otherwise I probably would have used it in Daredevil there. And then we've got the Offense Up and Defense Up. Defense up is a bit overkill here given the fact we've already got the evade, but it's the offense up we want because we can now use the offense up along with this here, which is pretty awesome. We've only got one character that's stealth, so it won't hit Black Widow. It's not a major problem. Looks good, good stuff. Thank you, Brick. Yeah, Hulk could definitely do with a bit of a, well, I say a bit, he could do with a big buff. Thor is good, he's just slow. You just have to run Thor with the likes of Black Widow or Merc Lieutenant. He hits like an absolute truck. His basic is it's pretty amazing. There's a good chance here when I use this on Elektra, because I've got her powered up, 530% damage. Might take out Hulk. That would look pretty cool if we do, fingers crossed. Not too bad. If I would have got a crit, he was going down. So he's got death proof, so he will survive this here. I've got it up at level 6, so that means it goes in 2 turns, and we've got the 430% damage, so this is nice, especially because the characters I'm about to attack don't have defense up yet. There we go. That was not too bad. Very close to taking out all of them, actually. Right, so we've got defense up. We'll take out Hulk. Thank you, Mill. We should get through it easy enough. Hopefully, when we jump back in a moment, not too many of the raids have been taken down, so you guys can see them all. And there we go, nice and easy. So that team was 10,000 points ahead. I'm on 107,000, they were on 117. So let's see, we're almost up at the tier number 7. Let's quickly check this raid again. Fingers crossed it's available. It's not. Right, let me see. I wonder if I go... Yeah, if I go here, it'll allow me to push along and up. We'll do that. We'll start here. I normally don't start on this one, so I might get caught out here. Hopefully not. So team we're using, we've got Cap, Quake, Night Nurse, who's fantastic, and then Black Widow, and also Yondu as well. So if you don't have Black Widow, then let me see. Good characters you could use in place of it would probably be Hawkeye, or Drax could be very good because he's an awesome tank, and Night Nurse can keep his health topped up. The only thing you have to watch out for is that because you don't have a lot of damage, put your speed up to ×3 so you don't actually run out of time, because that can happen there. Here we go, it's loading up. Right, we'll bump it up to ×3. Doesn't look great to watch, but means we won't run out of time. If we do this for a good few minutes, I'll pull it back down to ×2 again. Thank you, Loot. Almost finished the in-depth reviews, and once we finish them, I'll see what's next. I do like working on a particular series of videos because it's always hard starting something new video-wise. So when you start a series and you've got 30 or 40 to do, then it works quite well. If there is lag, it very well could be at my end. I've messed about with the bit rate and so on and pulled it down, but I'm thinking that I may have to get my connection upgraded a bit. And if that's the case, I'll do that for the next stream we have. The moment I'm on, I think it's 6 megabyte upload. Probably increase it to about 20 or something like that. Should actually have called out some summons there. I'm not fully concentrating here because I'm looking at the chat as well. Yeah. I don't know, the Wolverine review was a tough one, and it's one of the reasons that, let's see, I want to use this here, that when I'm going to do a full tier list, once I finish all the reviews, then I will actually break each tier into a low, mid and high, because I don't think the tiers really explain the characters well enough. Like, you have the likes of Winter Soldier and Korath, and with, I'm trying to think, the likes of Hulk even. I don't think that's a good representation of the power of the characters some about. Hopefully the lag's not too bad at the moment. If it is, apologies. As mentioned, I'll see for the next stream if I can get my upload speed increased, and fingers crossed that should help it. I've done all the settings I believe I should be doing. I've reduced the bit rate and so on. It's way down at 2000, which is pretty low. The resolution's 720. Making a couple of mistakes here, but this is nice and easy at this point anyway, so later on as we go on with this raid we can get punished if we make mistakes. Hey Scoot, good to see you. Right, I need to be careful here. Well, we've got a few of our better skills charged. Who do we want to take out? Try and take out Korath and then we'll stun Ronan because he's so slow. Once we lock him down, that should be him out the match once we apply slow to him as well. Let's see. I'll go for this here. We'll see if we can get far through this without using any actual med kits when you're outside the raid as well. Iron Man, well, he's worth getting in the respect that you get him through leveling up other characters, but of course you need to put in the actual resources to level them up. But he is good. He pairs up very well with Cap. He's got a really strong AoE on the first turn, and most teams do run Cap, so if you can pair anyone up with him, that does work well. Yeah, this is the main team for raids. Hello. Let's see, just make sure I'm not missing any chat here. Thanks, Crate. There's a lot of actually really good streamers and creators out for Strike Force. There wasn't a massive amount of people that covered Marvel Heroes, but in the short time it's been out, Strike Force has got some pretty awesome people covering it. I particularly like all the graphics that Casino does. Unfortunately, I'm not skilled in that area. I would like to do something as good as that, but yeah, I really like his graphics that he does. You better defend us for me, thank you. I hate that node. There we go, that was nice and easy. 52 seconds left, so managed to do it while chatting as well. It's not bad. First one down. It's really warm here tonight, so need a drink. Let's see. We've actually been getting thunderstorms and so on the last few days. It's been really nice weather here as a result of it. Getting some storms to cool it down a little bit. The mystery of not knowing. I suppose you could say a lot worse, but seeing my face, the worst thing is that there's no mystery anymore about it. Right, let's see. Yeah, I bought all the packs as well, Scoot. I spent a fortune on that game. 5 months. Pretty ridiculous for a game to last that long. Really was. I don't actually think I've seen that node, Math God, with the route that I go. Yeah, sunny Glasgow. Been lovely the last few days. It's been absolutely fantastic weather, but it's been really humid and you can just feel the heat. You can probably see right now that I look a bit flushed. It's just, it's so warm. And it's what? It's 10 o'clock at night here. It's roasting. Absolutely roasting. Had the window open a moment ago. I'm up in the loft and the way the windows are, all the rain started coming in because it's pouring down even though it's roasting. So I had to close them. Yeah, it was fun doing all the videos, Gage. I really did like the Cosmic and Omega Trials. That was awesome fun. Worth investing in Thanos. I don't actually know. I put a lot into Thanos and he's good, but there are better tanks. Like I would much rather use Cap first and potentially Drax. Almost level 7 with Cage, and I'm very interested to see how he'll be, because when you look at the skills he gets at level 7, it's really pretty great. He's got the double regen, he's got the double taunt, which is pretty awesome. Let's see, I'll quickly work my way through here. At the moment, the only game I really do play solid is Strike Force, unfortunately. I used to play so many games. Like when I was on Xbox all the years ago, I had something like 180,000 gamer score, like top 50 in Europe at the time, I think it was. I used to play everything that was out, and then I suppose I started playing Marvel Heroes, and since then I kind of get stuck to one game, and I actually prefer to play one game where you get persistent progress rather than the likes of you finish a game in 5 hours and that's it, you never go back to it. It can be a good experience, but because there's no persistent world there in a way, you feel like the 5 hours are done. Thank you, Haptip. I'm glad you understand it. Yeah, Black Widow's awesome. In time she will move to a farmable shard as well. Right, better get the regen up here because Cable can hit hard. Ronan's the best character in the game. Change my mind. That's fine. You want to farm Ronan, Nick? Go for it. It's your crafting materials. Yeah, I should have actually stunned Cable there. I will be making some mistakes here. The pressure of people watching and also trying to read the chat at the same time. Hopefully I don't do anything too silly and wipe. I've not wiped once yet in this raid, so this no doubt will be the time that it does happen. Do I like Batman? Yeah, Batman's pretty good. Like the Christopher Nolan films. Not actually seen Justice League at all, or Batman vs Superman. Don't really like the look of them. Yeah, Cable and Deadpool, definitely. Someone was mentioning in chat that they feel they're probably both alpha, but you put them together and they're a mega, and to be honest, as much as I rated them differently, I don't feel that I would argue with that. It sounds like a pretty spot on observation. Ronan and Creed do have very good synergies, but the problem with any character, this is the same with Scientist Supreme, is any character that relies on, let's stun Winter Soldier, any character that relies on minions to make the most of them is always going to be weaker, because you've got some pretty awesome minions in the game, such as Hand Sentry and Merc Lieutenant, but they don't really compare to the named heroes, at least the good named heroes in the game. We've got a little bit of time here, we've got a minute and a half left, so we're doing nice. Let's have a quick look at the chat again. New Venom when it's out. I'll probably watch it in the house. I don't think I'll go to the cinema to see it because I get so little time to go to the cinema these days, and it has to be a landmark event. The last film I went to see actually twice was Infinity. Still to see Deadpool, so no spoilers please. I've heard that's great. There we go, another one done. To start this next level, we've got the full regen on Night Nurse, so we'll be using that. Let's see. And this one can be pretty tough, to be honest. I'm actually going to just heal up here, because what happens at the start of this one, you've got the, I think it's the hand assassins they're called, and they'll put heal block on you. It can cause you a lot of problems. So all healed up, good to go. There we go. Prefer DC or Marvel? It has to be Marvel, definitely. I'm not a fanboy though. I'm never anyone that would really get into an argument, or I would play down either one just because I prefer the other. It's the same when it comes to consoles and so on. I've got the PlayStation, I've got the Xbox, and I've got PC, so I'm never one to take sides. Right, let's see what do we want to do here. We'll call in the summons because they might actually take some of the. There we go, didn't work of course because I did taunt on Cap. I was going to say they'll take some of the heal block, so we'll go for the offense down, and then let's see, we may as well use the regen because it lasts for 2 turns, so if I'm taking damage I'll still be able to regen some. We've still got the taunt on Drax, got Yondu to remove that next turn, speed up on Black Widow. Yeah, you'll get there, Math, it's just a matter of time. That's the thing, a lot of people see it as a race. It's not. You enjoy the journey rather than the destination. If you're always looking about getting to a certain point, well, it's good to have goals, but I think it's important you don't compare yourself to other people and you enjoy where you are in the game and how far you're able to progress, and set yourself your own short-term goals that are obtainable, rather than looking at someone that's got a 150k team, because you're always going to have people that are further ahead. Let's see, what will we go for? We've got slow on Drax already, so we'll actually stun Wolverine. Would you like better, TonyBingGaming or Citan? Are you asking me? Because I'm slightly biased as to be Citan I prefer. Let's see. Yeah, well, when I say the last 2 turns, I think both turns go off in the second shot. To be honest, a bit strange, but I actually prefer it that way. Gives you 20% health in one go. Elektra's going to be firing off her ultimate soon, so if we call in summons, hopefully she'll target one of them. I'll go for the regen. Wasn't sure if I should have used it there, but we'll go for it. Expect level cap to increase soon. I hope not, because I'm struggling with gold as it is, and when the game came out in soft launch in, I think it was round about November or December, the cap wasn't increased for about 5-6 months, so I think we could be a while off, but I'm personally happy with that. I don't want to see the cap go up. I don't have materials to upgrade everyone, and there's not really any content that requires us to be a higher level at the moment. You can face roll the level 50 raids. Admittedly, the Thanos raid was exceptionally hard. I think only one alliance was able to do it. There we go, that was nice and easy, and everyone's on high health. Happy with that. Another one done. Yeah, it's goes in one turn. That's right. I dread to think of the actual costs for upgrading your characters to level 7, how expensive it is to go up to level 60. Right, let's see this one here. This is nice and easy. What we need to watch out for here is the hand archers, because if we put all our buffs up, then they'll strip our buffs. So we hold on to them until we've neutralised them, either slowed them or stunned them or knocked them down altogether. Alright, here we go, it's loading up. Takes a second longer. This is the first time I've used this account on, let's see, it's BlueStacks that I'm using at the moment. Can you see on the raid map? Nice. Just don't go stealing any of my nodes. So there's the 4 hand archers there. So let's see, they're all on the same speed. Makes sense. And of course, we dodged it. Right, so we don't want to use the defense up. There's no point. It'll get stripped. Call on some summons. Probably should have used his ultimate there. Yeah, because the summons are just going to get nuked. That was a bit silly to do that. Next time, if you're doing that, use the... Let's see. Use his ultimate rather than the... So this is hard trying to concentrate at the same time. Use his ultimate rather than the summons. Right, so we've got another hand archer there. We should be fine to apply all the buffs now. Here we go, we'll use the ultimate now. Put it down to ×2, so we're doing alright for time here, and it means we can see the animations a little bit better. Nice one, bye bye. There we go. And then we've got 2 archers again. I could do a regen. I'm actually going to put the regen on. There's a chance it could be stripped, but I do need it. So we'll put it on. Hopefully we've got a stun. He's got a Vade on him, unfortunately, so we'll stun this one. And he dodged it. That was going to happen. I'm not sure if this will actually... I suppose if we hit him, we'll remove the evade either way. We'll go for this, see what happens. Of course, it misses the hand archer at the back. We'll go for the slow, and that'll get rid of the evade. And try and slow this one down. We'll go for the summons this time because I don't think they'll take them out. This could start to get a bit tough, this one, to be honest. It can get out of control quite quick. Yeah, regular speed is really slow. A lot of times when you run these raids, you really need to up it to ×3. I know the 5-minute counters there to stop people sitting on nodes, but I think it could be a bit higher. Because sometimes even on ×3, you have to really quickly choose your attacks, but maybe that is the idea, they want you to do that. This one could get tough. I need to be careful here. Let's see. The Blade Master, they do a ton of damage. And then take out Ronin before he gives counter to everyone. I don't need to use the health on Night Nurse just yet. Stun this guy this time. There we go. Stunned at last. Take out this guy before he strips any of the buffs we've got. Do we use this? I'll actually hold off. I'll just slow everyone down. Gives me a turn to heal up the regen on Night Nurse now. Because you don't want to use it before the turn ends. Or you don't want to use it as the turn ends even. And then you don't get everyone to get their shot and get their health up. So that's why the slow can work great. There we go. Well, there will be I've not seen season 1 of Punisher, but I'm sure there will be a season 2. I heard it was one of the best of the Defenders, if you can call it a Defenders program, that is. 4 left, use the ultimate. Save the ultimate for the next one. Yeah, oh, here we go. This can be tough. This one here, you need to be really careful with Strange, because he appears halfway through the match. If you've got lots of buffs on yourself, when you don't manage to stun him or take him down, then you're in a lot of trouble. So here we go. No one needs healed up. I think we're sitting pretty good here. Actually loved Punisher. Punisher was the reason I got into comics when I was, I don't even know what age I was, maybe about 10 or something, and my stepdad bought me a Punisher comic. I don't know if it'd been rebooted at the time, when he was put in jail with the jigsaw and so on, and I read that storyline and that got me into comics in the first instance. Didn't read a lot more than that, but Punisher, absolutely loved. So it's a bit bad that I've not yet had the chance to watch the TV programme. We're going to apply our buffs for now, because Strange doesn't come in until we take someone down. We want to take down Cage first. I know the other guys do damage, but Cage can give us problems. Let's see. In fact, I'm going to go for this. Do a fence down on everyone. Yeah, they done good for the actor, for the Punisher. I did like Punisher Warzone, not the actual film, but the actor they had to play him was spot on. The look of him, he just, for me, looked perfect. That's how Punisher should look. Let's see, here we go. Oh, no point trying to stun Jessica, her resistance is so high. Hey, games played, hope you're doing alright. We're just running through the Deadpool raid at the moment. Yeah, he was good in The Walking Dead as well. You do notice he does this whole thing with his head all the time, where he does that all the time. And I think he does that in Punisher as well. He done it in, what other show was he in after The Walking Dead? And I noticed he always does that thing where he rubs his head a lot. It's quite funny. I can't think what it was now he was in after it, but I did definitely notice it. That's how I recognised him as the same actor. Right, so it's soon Strange will be coming in. Yeah, The Walking Dead run The Walking Dead. That sounds strange. It was good when it did start, but it's just been going on for too long. I don't think really any TV programme can sustain as many series. I want to get rid of Night Nurse here, actually. Potentially. It's always tough, this one. It's hard to know who to go for. Kind of jumping all over the place a little bit. Need to watch Strange coming in. I really don't want to wipe. That would not be good. Go for a heal on Quake. I'm actually going to up the speed a bit. Yeah, I heard Rick would be leaving it soon. To be honest, I think they should probably finish it up when Rick leaves it and make it mainly about his story. I think it's ran its course now. Recently watched and finished off The Americans. That was fantastic. Amazing show. Constantly kind of being different from other programmes. When it's finale, all programmes go for the really over-the-top, hard-hitting finales, and it was the exact opposite Americans went for, but it was still absolutely great. Yeah, I wouldn't complain about Game of Thrones going on forever, to be honest. Well, we are getting some spin-offs. Here we go for Strange. So I'll actually slow him down. I don't have many buffs on me, so if he does fire anything off, I should be okay. This is really tough, this node. I really do not like it. Preferably I would have used my stun on Hulk, but Doctor Strange is dangerous if you've got buffs. Defense up would turn into defense down. If you've got taunts and so on, they turn into bleeds. Right, he's down, and we'll go for the regen because we've got a few turns left here. We'll stun Hulk when we can. Hopefully before he does his launch, you just get free energy there. That's not good. There we go. That was lucky. We'll actually burn them down normally. Yeah, we'll slow them down here. I'll take Hulk out first, because as soon as he's out of this stun, then he's probably doing his avalanche due to all the energy he got there. There we go. So you find with this particular map here that about halfway through you'll be struggling and then you pull it back towards the end. Yeah, Ghost Rider. I can't actually wait. I can hardly imagine what it'll be like once we start to get heroes like that. When you're getting Ghost Rider and Venom and Green Goblin, Magneto, Iceman, characters like that. It'll be awesome. And we will see them in time because we've had X-Men characters, so awesome. There we go, another one done. I need to use some of my raid energy now. Deadpool node here. This is nice and easy. Got a furry one this one. Right, so first time I've used this energy. Got 525 due to buying the pack. Yeah, it would make sense to bring Venom with the movie. Just to be safe, I've got a lot of first aid kits, so yeah, I've got a ton of first aid kits actually. There we go. Yeah, Cyclops will be good. I imagine his optic blasts will be pretty awesome. And he will have one, I imagine, like his signature in Marvel Heroes covering the entire screen. That would be nice. Let's see. This is quite nice, the text for him. Ultron bots roll out. Initiate attack pattern. I love Spider-Man. Right. Avengers node in that path. Don't think I actually do, to be honest. Yeah, a couple more mutants, definitely. So you can finish the pack. Colossus, definitely. Fastball special with Wolverine. So when Ultron comes in, he can actually be pretty difficult. Now, let me do this first. I believe when we actually use a stun on Deadpool that he'll miss his turn and then he'll get the regen, so stun is still useful on him. We can test that out here. Really don't know why I used that there, I shouldn't have done that. I just realised how low my health is in a few characters. Need to concentrate a little bit more here. Ultron can hit like a truck on his first turn, so that's why we're trying to take him down. Could actually be in trouble here, I need to be careful. I got a character took out, not good. Cap as well. I'm totally blaming that on the fact I'm not concentrating fully. Right, so is Carnage confirmed to be in the Venom film? I think I did hear that he was going to be the villain. Go wrong. This could go really wrong here. Stun Deadpool. We'll hopefully get... I was hoping for a chain with some bleeds there. We didn't get it. There we go. Lost my first character though, unfortunately. Would actually, in regards to Carnage, would the person that played, I don't know how you say it, Rorschach, and let me see, what's it called again? I don't know the name of it. I can't think of it. You know the one I'm on about. One with Dr. Manhattan. He would actually be really good for Carnage, I think. The look of him. He also played Freddy Krueger. Right, so we need to heal up. Only in it for a few minutes. Watchmen, that's the one. Don't know how I couldn't remember the name of that there. Ah, here we go. This is a good node for everyone to see. All the Wolverines. Need to heal up. Bit disappointing. I would have liked to have got through it without using anything like this, but I'm blaming it on the fact I'm keeping an eye on chat at the same time as well. There we go. This node's pretty awesome for anyone that's not actually seen it. We get a ton of Wolverines, something like 15 or 20 of them we get, but thankfully Wolverine's slow, so it doesn't make it too bad. If he was faster and all those skills getting fired off. I believe at the other side actually there is a Gamora one version of this. Yeah, Robert Englund, he was perfect as Freddy. Hey OTB, how you doing? We're just running through the Deadpool raid at the moment. I'm doing relatively well, considering I'm trying to keep an eye on chat as well. So we've got Cable will drop in here. Let's see. We will use the stun here, just to give us a bit more breathing space. I don't actually mind it, Rocks. It's one of these difficult things where, of course, as a player I would love to get the characters nice and easy straight away, but I would also like to see the game stick around. And after investing so much time in a game like Marvel Heroes and it going away because a lot of the decisions, especially the monetary decisions and so on, but it seems to be that running Blitz the way they do for this game works because they made, I think it was something like 5 million they made last month, I believe I read. We're going to save this for now and slow these down. So definitely a tough one. I don't think it's black and white as to what they do, but I can see the arguments for people that would like the characters to be more readily available, but I also see it from the developer's perspective and that they need to make money, and I want the game to continue. So if characters need to be locked behind Blitz for however long, a month or two, and it means the game keeps running and we keep getting new characters and new content, then it's something I'll accept. Hey Leonardo, good to see you. This is actually my first stream I've done as well, so first time watching my first stream. I did admittedly do some streams for Marvel Heroes, but that was on the PlayStation and it was really easy to set up on that. It was just one button you clicked and that was it. Whereas with this there was a lot more. I had to set up OBS and never used it before, but I managed to get there, and it was just tonight I started doing it. I want to stun Cable. Yeah, Luke Cage has potential. I've almost got him at level 7, so hopefully at some point I'll be able to get him geared up and show off that potential. Going to need some heals soon from Night Nurse. We're looking good here. It's just that last node went drastically wrong. Get the regen. Go for slow on the outside on this Wolverine. Of course, Bloodborne. Game that I've done fantastically well the first time I streamed it and played it, and then when I tried to play it myself with all the knowledge I'd gained from the stream, I played terrible and it just put me off it and I never went back to it again. Couldn't get past that first boss that I nailed first time in the stream, which was quite funny. No idea when the Black Order will come out. I think it's just, I think maybe they did have it planned to have them out, but simply when the game came out of the, it wasn't a beta, what was it again they call it, kind of early launch, when the game came out of that, it didn't leave them a lot of time before Infinity War, so I imagine they were maybe trying for Black Order, hence the tags, but they just simply couldn't do it in time. Then we've got a few ultimates charged up here. We'll fire them all off. This should look nice. Not actually going to use this stun, there's no point. There we go. And then we've got Quake up next. Yeah, the prices are definitely high. I'd love to be spending more, but the game at the moment is geared towards the whales. Now, I have seen it mentioned, and I suppose trying looking at the positives and anything in it, with a game being geared towards whales, whales are always going to be ahead of other players, but when prices aren't reasonable that 90% of people can actually buy things, then what that means is from a free-to-play perspective it's better, because that 90% of players aren't spending a small amount of money and pulling ahead of the other players that are free-to-play. So I was trying to look at the positive on it, but I would like a couple offers now and again. I don't think a couple offers now and again, like the Cap Starter one, are going to break the difference between players that can spend $10 a month and players that don't spend anything. It wouldn't make that big a difference, and it would make them feel more invested in the game because they're spending something on it as well. Let's see. This could be quite tough if I remember rightly with hand sentry here. I'll just stop and read chat for a second here because we're getting through this quick. Yeah, energy's exceptionally important, Leonardo, and that's what Luke Cage has got, the extra energy. He's got, the other day, it was actually earlier on today, in fact, I was chatting on Twitter to someone and they were talking about Luke Cage, and I think when we added it up, he's got the 2x taunt, he's got the 2x regen, he's got the 2x defense up, he's got the cleanse, he's got the energy. It's awesome. It takes you a while to get to that point, but he is really good. I think it will be harder to an extent, Rana, but these events will come back and there will be other ways to get them, and it's always going to be the case that when you start a game later than other people, content that is available will be harder because there has to be content for players that have been playing for a long while, and there has to be content for players that have been playing for a short while as well, and that's where you get the balance with the different raids, like the easier version and the hard version. And I do think a lot of new players should be able to do the easier raids, meaning by the end of it they'll probably get like a 3-star Deadpool, and then you've got players like myself that have been playing for a long time and I can end up getting a 5-star Deadpool, for example, because I managed to get a 5-star Thanos, and I know that a lot of new players managed to get a 3-star Thanos. That seems like quite a good system. Players that have played for a while should be rewarded to an extent. Of course, it means they pull ahead more, but they've been playing for longer. You should get a reward for the time you've put in. Right, let's see how we got on with this next one here. Yeah, it's up to 100 energy now. A few nodes left. Yeah, until you get Cap, Luke Cage is fantastic, definitely. Jessica is very good, but she's exceptionally situational. So you've got her absolutely fantastic cleanse, where along with, I think it's Hand Archer, she's one of the few characters that can actually remove the taunt from Thanos because he gets a 10,000% buff on it. So she's got the fantastic cleanse. She doesn't put out a lot of damage. She's single target. She does provide energy, but as I say, quite situational. And also I suppose she's good if your characters have lots of debuffs on them, then she can cleanse them. So I think in time we'll probably get a node or a level where the enemy will potentially be dropping a lot of debuffs on you, and then Jessica will be really important. That's the reason I've got her leveled up at 5-star as well, just waiting for a level like that. Let's see, I've got Quake in the premium arm and I want to put on my team, but I don't know who to put out, Spidey, Daredevil or Elektra. I put out Daredevil out of the three of them, to be honest. Elektra's got cleanse and Spidey's got defense down, which not a lot of characters have, and Daredevil's just pure damage, so go for them. Yeah, that sucks, Rock. Being set like that, even with the 10. That would drive me mad seeing that in my roster. Hopefully by the time Infinity War comes out on Blu-ray, we'll get that raid back again. Right, here we go. I'm putting off this one, so I think it could be a tough match, but I need to get in and see how we do. One for attack, one for defense. Potentially. Potentially. What I'm going to do is a tier list once I've finished all the in-depth reviews, which I will finish. I'm not going to veer away from doing them when I'm so close to finishing them. So I'm going to do a massive tier list video, and I'm going to actually break each different tier into bottom, middle and then top, because I feel having the 5 tiers isn't enough. Hey Spectrum, good to see you. Running through the Deadpool raid here. Doing relatively well as well. Only had one level where we messed up a little bit due to not concentrating. What happened to the stream? Did it cut out OTB or? Hopefully not. That's a good call, Cray Cray. That was awesome. Infinity War, it really was mind blowing. really that good. It's one of the films I think it's up there with, at least for me, with the likes of like Avatar, and it's almost like an experience when you go and see it rather than just a regular film. The same with the Mad Max film. When I came out of it, I didn't feel I'd seen a film. I felt like I'd been on a roller coaster almost. It's fantastic. This one can take a bit longer, so I might miss a bit of chat here. So apologies if I do. If you've got a message and I miss it, feel free to repeat it in a moment or two. This one can be tough because you've got the Merc Riot Guards who can take a ton of damage. So it takes a while to whittle them down. Oh, did it cut off for a bit? Damn it. I do think for the next stream I'm going to have to upgrade my internet a bit and get better upload speed just so it's more stable. Don't have anything else running at the moment either. It's not as if we've got Netflix on or anything like that in the house. Everyone's away out at the moment, giving me peace to do this. Just in case of hitting anyone here really, because they either stealth up or they defense up, so we'll go for the fence down just to pull them down a bit because time can be tight here. I'll quickly spam through most of their basics. They aren't really dangerous, any of these characters, but they simply can take a lot of time to take out. And there you go, all the stealth's going up and taunt's going up. 2.5 minutes left. 9 enemies. This is one where you most definitely need your times 3 on the animations. There we go, starting to get them now. Probably shouldn't have used that. Yep, that was stupid to use that there because he taunted as soon as I done it. Drax on defense against Luke. Not sure to be honest because I'm not really focused too much on him. I suppose Drax on defense straight away. He's got his taunt. I'm not quite sure what Luke casts first. I think it's maybe his defense up rather than the taunt he casts. See you later, Rain. Thanks for checking in. Enjoy your date. We're doing alright here. 1.5 minutes. 5 enemies remaining. They're both great tanks either way, but as I say, I'm not quite sure what Luke Cage does on his first turn. I've got a suspicion. Lockdown Hawkeye. I've got a suspicion it is actually the defense up, I think. I don't think he does taunt straight away. We're going through this really quick here, so I think there's been a few instances where I've healed up and so on where I've not needed it, but it's just so I can keep an eye on chat and get through it as well at the same time. Don't want to waste charges and run out of time. Yeah, his defense up he does, that's right. That's true, works perfect with crossbones then. Same way with Kingpin, he does defense up on his first turn, doesn't he? Defense and defense up, so that works perfect the way the timers are on crossbones if you've fully upgraded his skill. Hey Karis, good to see you. Right, here we go, we'll go down another one. I don't think I've actually done this one before, I don't recognise it much. So we've got some snipers, they can be a pain. Then we've got Spidey and Bullseye. I think we're probably going to run out of charges just as we get to the end, which is going to be a bit annoying because I would like to finish off the whole lane, but I don't think that's going to happen. Right, here we go. Drax is a funny one because when let me see, I'm going to heal up yonder just to be safe. No, in fact I'm not for 40 charges. When the game first came out it was fantastic, then they added cleanse to so many characters and then he became rubbish, and then they changed it so he had the taunt on his first turn, and he used to have it that his taunt was on his passive and it just had a random chance of activating, but they changed it to make his special his taunt instead. Made him much better and one of the best tanks. That's a good point, I suppose. If you're not doing great in arena, it would take a while to get Drax. Cage is a nice easy farm, definitely. Right, should have actually took out. Even if I do slow here, I'm not taking him out. I'll do the fence down, because this means when the snipers attack, they won't be doing as much damage. I really should have took out the Merc Lieutenant first, because otherwise you can see what happens with Yondu there. His health is way down low. We've got the defence up on cap now. Go for the heal. Didn't realise Quake was so low actually. Right, who's got a turn soon? Anyone dangerous? Oh, let's see what to do. Go for speed up here. I was thinking of doing the stun on Bullseye, but we'll go for speed up. We'll see if we can take out. No. Yeah, the whole thing with Thanos' taunt is he gains 10,000 resistance when he casts it. So, saying a moment ago, I don't know if you were here or not, the only people that can really remove that are Jessica Jones and Hand Archer. That's it. There we go, I'm starting to pull my health back up again. Right, so who have we got? Bullseye might be doing his ultimate soon, so we'll want to lock him down. Wolverine is good. Yeah, it's just a bit slow. So you need to speed up, you need Black Widow or Merc Lieutenant, but once he's fully leveled, I think I worked it out in in-depth review, when he's fully leveled and you've got his passive, he gains 20%, that's at level 7 at least, 20% heal per turn. So if you speed him up, you get a ton more often, and also the 20% is worth in the region of about 15,000 health, which is huge to be getting that every single turn. You pair him up with a healer as well, potentially. He's getting heals, plus he's getting that health. There we go. We brought some summons in there because I wanted an additional healer just to top myself up before the next match. We'll take out the more dangerous one. And then he does more damage. There we go. Yeah, Yondu's fantastic. He was the first top 10 guide I done. No point using a heal here because he's almost down. Yondu was number 1. He was really great. He only dropped down a little bit because they did nerf the summons. The summons used to be able to take a lot more damage. They could take like not 1 or 2, they could take 2 or 3 hits. And then they changed it with could only really take 1 hit. Right, so let's see this one here. Don't think this one's too hard. I think it takes a bit of time. There we go. It's really, really warm here, considering it's 20 to 11 at night, roasting. Let's see. I'm going to hold off the heals. Should be alright, I might regret doing that. Jessica and Hand Archer have exceptionally high, what will it be? Focus, I suppose, for debuffing. Is it focus? Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm sure you will do in chat. Yeah, Yondu wouldn't really be able to remove the taunt at all. Right, so we want to take out, or we want to stun the sniper, as much as I like speed up at the start, just because he's so dangerous and his bar's almost full. We'll go for Yondu's ult, then slow, and we'll go for the regen. Let's see, what are we going for here? Go for this one. That's Cable filled up his speed bar to an extent as well. It's a pretty awesome skill, that one. The Drax, not Drax even, Groot, we don't have to worry about much at all here. So we've charged Cable's skill. So Groot will do some heals and some death proof, but damage wise he doesn't do too much at all. He's pretty slow, so we've got some slows on them. We take out the Rifle Trooper. pretty soon we'll have some rockets coming in as well. You want to take them down quick because their ultimate really does hurt. Hey, good to see you, Crash. Let's see, we'll save on to Quake's ult for now. Didn't realise Quake was almost down there. Next character on the Blitz, no idea, because I did not see Bullseye being available. I thought you were calling me love as well, Crash. Right, let's see. Hopefully I've got regen available soon on Night Nurse. A couple of characters are looking a bit low. We'll go for the slow here. I'll cast it on these. There we go, we've got regen now. Then speed up. It's all really about the buffs with this team we're running here. We've got either speed up, defense up, or regen, so it's a great combo. Hey all day, good to see you. Hey Hellfire. Camera as well. Yeah, I figured if I'm going to stream the game I may as well do something different. I always like to branch out and try something different, otherwise it gets a bit stale if you do the same things. So I figured I'd get a little banner down the bottom, try and implement the chat and see what happens. I'm absolutely melting here, it is roasting. It really is. The Blitz milestones are a tough one, because I know 600k is the highest, but you do get some of the guys that have played for a good while that are getting over 1 million. I managed to break 1 million myself in the last cable blitz because I didn't want to risk not getting them. It is something you'll get up there quicker and quicker. It's all about really finding 2 or 3 core teams and leveling them as high as possible, because then you can win matches with them, but your score multiplier will be higher because they're a more powerful team, and on top of that they'll actually be able to get you higher up to the multipliers as well. So it is something you will get there, as much as it can be frustrating right now. There we go. We can see, as I was mentioning, Groot really doesn't do a great deal. Are you good to see you, TK? We'll go for this one here, see if we can take him out. Almost. MVP. Let me think. Night Nurse for raids, without a doubt. She's a game changer. Before using Night Nurse, I would use quite a lot of med kits in raids, whereas now on the level 50 raids I can actually auto all them on the lane I'm using, and I believe it's a harder lane that I'm using. Character I want to really see added, I'd like Green Goblin, it'd be pretty good, and also some X-Men characters, the likes of Iceman, just for how he would look, and also the fact that he's going to be a nice crowd control character with his slows and freezes and so on. So yeah, Iceman would be good. Just realised time's running low on this one. 27 seconds. Yeah, I would say Crossbones for Blitz and possibly Arena. Night Nurse for raids, and then story mode. It's a difficult one. I don't know if there's any real particular characters. Night Nurse can help out in story mode. Next event, I suppose it will be Ant-Man and the Wasp potentially. This is going to cost me 200 now to run, I believe. Oh no, it's still 100, that's not bad. Right. Hey Carlos, glad to hear you're liking the videos. Right, here we go. This is a good one for anyone that's not seen it. This is tough. If I jump back 1 second, we can see we've got Cap, Wolvie, Cable, Spidey, Hawkeye and Deadpool. Deadpool jumps in later on if I can remember correctly. Right, here we go. Let's see, Luke Cage, Wolverine, Deadpool, Hand Sorceress and Night Nurse. Good team. Don't know if you need Hand Sorceress in there, because you've already got defense up on Luke Cage and you've already got heals from Night Nurse, so Hand Sorceress could be replaced with maybe Quake, give you a bit of crowd control, because you're missing, you don't have any form of crowd control really, and that's set up, Dookie. Right, here we go. Never sure who to take out here. I know Hawkeye can give me trouble, although Spidey can be pretty dangerous as well. We'll maybe go for Spidey first. He doesn't have a great deal of health, although he can dodge, of course. No point using our, let's see, our stun on Black Widow on Cap, because so many times he just resists it. Go for the ultimate before we call in some summons. I'm going to slow down Cable. Get him stunned. Then we'll go for Spidey. Then Hawkeye. Chances are I will lose some characters in this one, but it's the final node of this raid that I will be running anyway, so it's not a problem if we do. There's Cap resisting, as he does very often. There we go. You can see chat moving, but it'll be one moment, because this can be tough. Don't want to mess up this one. I don't actually have any more raid charges left. If I do mess it up. Yondu's getting a bit low here. Cap's doing alright. He was doing alright. Getting a bit lower, but they're getting pretty low as well, so. And we should be due some ultimates soon. I'm going to ignore Deadpool for now. We'll put the stun on him, because I believe he will miss his turn if we do that. Although I want to stun Hawkeye. We'll put the stun on Deadpool. I want to get rid of Cable now that Deadpool's in. There we go, we're getting there. Good chance Cap may go down here. Yondu's pretty low as well. Well, that regen works perfect. 2.5 minutes left. Black Widow's good at 3 stars, Roma, because Black Widow is all about the speed up and the stun. And you don't need to be a particular star level for the speed up to apply to your characters. Maybe the stun to an extent, because the higher the level you are, the more focus you have, so you'll be more likely to stun and bleed a character. But she's a character that can work well at low level as well. So that's something just to bear in mind. There we go. We're nailing this, no problem. Didn't use the heal a moment ago, because it would have been used on the minion just there rather than Yondu. And that's us, done. Awesome. No need for me to use that heal. We'll do it anyway. There we go, we'll slow down. Who's getting the final hit on him? I believe it's Yondu. There we go, done. Awesome. Yeah, I would never replace Cap for Thanos either. So the extra energy Cap gives is awesome. It gives a good amount as well. And there we go. So let's see where we are on leaderboard. So 2.5 hours done. We've hit 60% in Strike Team 1. Strike Team 2 and 3 are really slacking, so if anyone's watching for the teams, then get your butt in gear. Not really. Let's see. So we're setting up with 4.7 million. That should be enough to probably get in the top 6. So that will give me another 6 for Deadpool. I'll actually show him off. It's just all about the team, Cray-Cray. It's all about the power levels, to be honest. You can brute force your way through the majority of the game with power levels. Strategy does help, but at this stage, it's all about the power. There we go. So 16 out of 200 on Deadpool. He's only level 51 at the moment, because I simply don't have enough gold to level him up, otherwise I will. And here's my core team I'm using him. I don't use Gamora. I normally have Hand Sentry, who's up here, but I've slacked off a little bit on him recently. Now we're going to try Blitz, unless there's anything else anyone would like to see, or any characters people want me to kind of go in and show off and talk about, or anything like that. What we'll actually do, that's round about an hour. I'm not going to stop the stream, but I'm going to have a 2-minute break and grab another glass of juice because I've said that a few times, but it's really, really warm here. So I'll do that, and if you guys have got any ideas as to what you want to see me do next, then let me know. Otherwise, we'll just show off some Blitz. So I'll be back in 2 minutes. Okay, here we are. It's us back, so let's have a look through the chat here. I had to run downstairs there, so I'm a bit out of breath. How much power should an average person in the guild have for the Fuego raid? Let me see, I've got a lot, to be honest. So my strongest team is 119. Don't actually use the strongest team. I would say using medkits and so on, and maybe some cores, probably about 80,000 plus would be your minimum if you're looking for 100% clear. But bear in mind, with a lot of the raids, that if you can get a 30% clear, let me actually go and check just before I say this. So if you can get a 30% clear on this one here, let's see, so 30% rank 1 to 2 is 6,500. Now if we look at the lower level, which is just along here, a spicy one, make sure I don't start it by mistake, then rank 1 to 2 for 100% is 5,300, which is 1,000 less. So you're actually better getting 30% in the harder raid than you would be getting 100% in the easier raid. So if you think you can get to the 30%, and don't think it'd be that difficult, because with that team there we were able to absolutely fly through it. So you're only doing 30%, and generally the earlier nodes are easier. So yeah, it's worthwhile giving it a try. As I say, 30%, if you can get that, then you've not lost anything. You'll actually be gaining what you gain. Let's see what else there is in chat here. Show me your roster. I'll quickly scroll up and down it just while I'm reading the rest of the messages. do get character stats, Brickwall. Maybe I misunderstood you, but if I haven't, this is your stats here for characters. If that's what you were meaning. If it wasn't, let me know. Gamora is pretty great, yeah, she really is. It's all about getting the chains. If you can get them, she's fantastic. Try Sentry, Crossbones, Black Widow, Yondu and Quake. That's quite similar to the team I use for Arena, which I'll show off in a moment because there's a request for that. Thank you, Demuncher. It's a style of video I really started doing with Marvel Heroes when I done the beginner's guides and then just tweaked it a little bit. You're always learning when you do these kind of things as well. Your earlier videos, you look at them and they're quite basic, and as time goes on and you experiment a little bit more with different overlays and things to do, and yeah, they get better. I'm all about trying to keep them concise because I know people's time is tight, so I don't want to waffle on. I want to have a very kind of structured video, and it will be laid out a particular way, and I'll cover sections really without digressing and going off on a tangent, which I always try and do. Try and be concise, keep them down in time. So it was Arena we were going to do, wasn't it? Let's see, debating this other day. Which one is better in your opinion, reducing enemy speed bar or ability block? I think it's just situational, depending on the character really. One thing about ability block is if it's cast on a fast character, then very soon they'll get their actual... I need to do this quickly here because I've got 47 seconds left. Right, if you do it on a fast character, then very quickly they'll have the chance to cast their ability again. And then you've also got, with the reducing speed bar, if you use it on a slow character, it slows them down even more. The likes of Hulk or Drax can almost be completely taken out of battle if you cast slow on them. Good to see you, Sesh. Yeah, definitely, Crash, you're spot on. Depends on the matchup. Yep. I do like Vision for the 100% ability block, but as I say, it has to be a character that does potentially quite a powerful move in their first turn, so it could be very useful on Thanos. Thanos won't have his resistance up on the first turn, so you use ability block, you then can't taunt, and then you can whittle down the remaining characters. So that's one example where ability block would be more powerful than slow, but then you've got characters like Hulk that you want to slow down instead. So up it to 2 times here. This should be a quick match, although fairly often I still get beaten in Arena. We'll see how we get on. There is defence up here, which I would rather avoid with this particular team, but it happens. We had to choose quickly there because we're running out of time. Yeah, I sure did. I maybe contributed a few Hulk titles myself, to be honest. Because, what was it? Planes, Trains and Hulkmobiles I went for, and the girl with the Hulk tattoo. I find it funny because global chat's it's not been great. Since Infinity War it was constant spoilers, and then you just get the usual nonsense you get in mobile chat. So to be honest, all the Hulk puns for 2 days were a bit of a break from it. I didn't actually mind them. It was almost people taking global chat back from the 1 or 2 people. I don't want to use the word trolls or anything like that, but there's 1 or 2 people that are in global chat and they're constantly being douchebags all the time. So it was good to see global chat taken back from them. See, Crossbones has ult off there, but because we've got the evade, didn't really do much damage. Whereas our one should do a not bad amount. That was not bad. Cap had his defence up, of course, so he didn't do as much. I'm playing on blue stacks at the moment, Vitali. Actually works pretty well, to be honest. Nice and easy to set up as well. There we go, we're going to win this arena. We'll do some Blitz once we've done this. I don't know if, to be honest, any problems with the stream may come from my end. I did have a few people saying that. It's the first time I've streamed. Don't know if I've got the settings right, and I think I need to up my upload speed a little bit through my provider as well. So do bear with me if it's not the best quality lag wise. Computer specs, I do have a pretty good one. I've got an RX 480 Sabertooth 990 FX motherboard. What's it, an 8350 for the CPU. It's a pretty nice computer. Built it myself about a year and a half ago. Can play the likes of Doom in 4K, which is really nice because I've got a 4K monitor, so it's a lovely looking game. There's a buffering quite a bit. I'm pretty sure it will be my connection, so apologies everyone if the connection's been pretty poor tonight. I'll probably phone the internet provider tomorrow and see if I can up it. I know I'm on, I think it's about 6 meg upload. I'm going to see if I can upload it, or upgrade it even, to 20. That should help out a lot. Right, we'll do a little bit of Blitz now. Hopefully I don't mess up too much. So the team we're using here, we've got Crossbones. We'll go for this particular team here. We've got 124,000, we've only got 107. However, they don't have defence up, so Crossbones after Kingpin cast a fence up will absolutely destroy them. And that'll get us close to tier 7. Once we're in tier 7, I might use some lesser teams after we've beaten the first match, because then if we lose a match, we only drop down 1 actual pip on the bar as opposed to a full tier like I done earlier on. Other ran the buffering that may be happening with the stream, the overlay I'm using. What do you guys think? This is the first time I've done it. I've of course got the chat as part of the actual screen, but I'm aware it will be also separate built into YouTube. Is that something you would rather see the chat removed so you could see more of the game, or do you like having the chat here? Do let me know. Definitely open to suggestions. You'll see that as well when I started in-depth reviews. I didn't used to talk about how high you would level skills, and the tier list that I was using took quite a big change with the graphic there through feedback, so I'm definitely open to comments about anything that can be improved. Let's see, we'll do potentially the offence down to do it to Electra. Awesome, that's good. We'll see what other people say, but if I don't need to make any changes to this layout, I won't complain. It's one less thing to do. Electra did not do much damage to him because of the defence up there. We'll pull it back a bit here now because we've got Yondu's ultimate, and then we've got Crossbones coming up. Crossbones should be now. Let's slow it down. Let's see. So he might actually take out the 4 of them, I think. Removing the chat would be better. I'm watching an iPad, so the chat is already to the right. That's what I was thinking. I'll maybe put up a poll, to be honest, if it turns out we've got opinions either way, if it's better without the chat or not. So let's go for this. And there we go. That worked as expected. Nice and easy now. This is probably the best Blitz team I do have for guaranteed successes, as long as you don't go up against somebody that's got the likes of Captain America or Kingpin, then you're fine. The defence up can really slow you down, but without it, you don't stand a chance. There we go, tier 7. Not the highest of scores at the moment, only broke 400,000, and this is the last rotation of the day. It's now costing 50 a time. Let's see. Right, so these are all, is that 2 Gamoras? That's strange. I need to play that match. What the heck? That's not. That was strange. That was really strange there for a second. You probably seen the face of them when I seen 2 Gamoras. I was confused. Moving the chat. Let's see, it's better to have more characters at 5 stars or maxed out. Less maxed out. I like to get characters to 5 star because, like for example, when we had the Iron Man event, you needed shield characters at 5 star. So there very well be more events like that with characters that are are required to be at 5 stars to unlock other characters, or maybe unlock certain levels. So I think it's a good idea to get the vast majority to 5 stars, but have a team for your raids and for your Blitz and Arena that you do try and get up to 7 stars. Right, let's see. I can go for anyone here, because when we do the combination of Yondu and Crossbones, we'll be taking these out because it's all glass cannon characters. They could actually give me a little bit of trouble though, if they can whittle down hand sentry quickly. One thing that's good I'll mention is when you use Electra, she actually provides evade to another hand sentry, to another hand ally, and because hand sentry is the only ally, it means the evade goes on him, and then he casts the evade on everyone else and the stealth on everyone else, so it works pretty awesome, that combo. Yeah, definitely, because it costs more as well, rocks, that you can get a lot of characters to level 5 quicker than it would take to get those characters to level 6 or level 7. So definitely do try and have your Blitz team and your Arena team as strong as possible though, because the stronger your Blitz team, then the more points you're getting, and Blitz is where the characters are in the first instance. So we'll take out Gamora. I know she's just attacked. No, actually, we should probably knock out Bullseye here, because Electra hits like a truck. Almost. A little sliver of health left. There we go. Had the assist there that Kingpin gave him, so that worked out nice. And then Crossbones will mop up here. Nice and easy. That's tier 7. Piece of cake. £20,000 points as well for that team because of the tier we're up at. Hopefully I'll get enough of the, not burritos, what is it again? Whatever it is, chimichangas. Hopefully I'll get enough chimichangas so we can run a second Deadpool raid as well. Right, so at this point I'm actually going to change over. Could regret this. I'm going to change over to the characters I've not used yet. This team was really good, however today I've had a bit of trouble with it. Quake, it's all about spreading her slow essentially and keeping her alive until she gets her ultimate for the offense down and for the damage. You don't use Quake for the cleanse at all, or for the extra focus in her passive or anything like that. It's about the slow. Make sure you're using it on characters. Don't ever use it in the edge, because then you'll only be hitting 2 characters. If you use it in the middle, then you'll be hitting 3 characters as long as they're next to each other. Let's see, is there anything besides phosphates you would recommend I was buying from stores? If you've got the gold, then I buy just a bit everything apart from some of the purple ones that will cost like 80,000 mats if I've already got a whole ton of them, because you have the achievements for Hulk. I know he's rubbish at the moment, but you may get buffed in time, and you've got the achievement for buying stuff from the stores. So I really buy just about everything from the stores I can. When it comes to the raid stores, I would say you want to level 4 and also hand sentry first, with the odd bit of gear bought now and again if you do need it for your main team, but concentrate on getting them leveled up. Let's see who we've got here anyway. Could be worth a try, that one. Don't fancy that team much at all. That would give me a lot of trouble there. Yeah, I don't like that team. So this one here, I could remove the taunt on Drax pretty quickly, and then it leaves me with some dodgers and Iron Man. Iron Man doesn't have cap. We'll go for this one. This should be doable, hopefully. I really haven't been having much success with my Avengers team though today, so we'll see how this gets on. Right, here we go. So speed up. 7 at 28, so that was 4 every time. Don't know if you were here earlier on, Leonardo. I opened 6 today, and 3 of them had 10 orbs. So got Deadpool up to level 5, which was pretty great. No worries, Demuncher. Good luck with the farming. Hopefully next time we do another stream we'll have better quality as well. We'll see if I can get the old internet upgraded before then. Right, so let's see, who do I want to take out? Go Go for Iron Man. I don't want him to get the Unibeam. Health's going down quite quick here actually. 4 is very good. He hits like a truck. He's just really slow. So if you pair him up with the likes of Black Widow, which I'm using here, then he works really well. Hopefully get blind here. There we go, that worked well. Daredevil will have blind, but he'll still hit because he's got the 200% accuracy. Blind only reduces it by 100%. And we'll spread out. This is when I was talking about Quake a moment ago, and that you want to use them, you want to spread out the slows. So we've had slow there. Wow, thank you a lot. Craig, I think that's the first time I've ever had a super chat. Thank you, that means a lot. Wow. Awesome, thank you. Right, let's see, that put me off there. So you've got the slow, so we've spread it out. You cast it in Drax in the first instance, and that would then mean that Daredevil, Drax, and also Iron Man would be slowed because they're in this area here. I'm pretty sure you can see my mouse cursor, hopefully. If we now cast it on Spider-Man, this will give us slow, although I think Nebula will evade it. It would give slow on these 3 characters here, so it's overlapping in the middle, but it means every character has slow on them, and they have it for 2 turns. So we'll cast this here, and he dodged it. Oh, that's typical. That would work, however, if he didn't dodge it. So that's what it's all about, spreading out the slow. Yeah, I think it is lagging a bit, unfortunately. Akia, but it's something I'm hopefully going to fix for the next stream. I'll see about getting my upload speed increased. It does appear to be an issue with a few people, unfortunately. Teething problems with it being the first stream. Hopefully it's been fun anyway, running through the Deadpool raid. I didn't make any silly mistakes. This could be tough. I could lose here. Although because we took up to 1 fight in tier 7, if we do lose, then we're simply going back down to the start of tier 7. We're not restarting the whole match. Now we want to stun Drax because he's slow, and it will take him an age before he'll shake off that stun and be back round to fighting again. So Spidey's next. There you go, you can see the slow that time it cast on the 2 of them. We've got a stun again. We'll stun Spidey. I didn't realise you were saying you were going as well in that super chat. Craig, thanks for logging in if you are still here anyway. I do appreciate it, and that super chat's pretty awesome, thank you. Right, let's see. So Nebula has... There we go, she's got counter attack, but she won't get to use it. We managed to pull that back there then. Good stuff. I'll look to do a lot more brick walling. Like anything, they will get better as time goes on. I'll get more used to doing them myself. It's a bit daunting doing one of these for the first time, especially with the cam. And I'll get the better internet connection as well. And I'll sort out the lighting a little bit. Not actually done anything with the lighting or the camera, I just plugged it in and that was it. There we go. So that's us up to the midway of tier 7. Can hopefully push up to tier 8. Then that means tomorrow I'll spend all the charges in tier 8, getting me around about 30,000 a time. And that will hopefully get me the 100 shards for Bullseye, because Bullseye is part of the payday event with the mercs. So he's pretty important now in that respect. Not enough to pull him at tier 2 before anyone mentions that. But that does add some value to him. I'm just going to try this team once more, just to see who I would go up against. 136,000. This one could be worth trying. Night Nurse, well, fantastic in raids, isn't really that great in a mode like Blitz. She's all about sustaining and fighting lots of enemies. She's not about going up against 5 characters that hit really hard. We'll try this. No doubt I'll get beaten, because I've just said that she's not that good. She'll do a great heal, something like that. Taking a second to load. I'm used to it loading a lot quicker on my phone. Right, here we go. So I think the most dangerous target here It's going to be Iron Man. Want to take him out before he casts Unibeam. They've not got any defence up as well, so we should hopefully do this. I'm not going to say we definitely will, but we should be alright. I'll cast Slowdown here because I'm going to burn down Iron Man anyway. Nebula doesn't do a huge amount of damage. She's more about really staying alive with all her buffs like the evade and dodge. And then we'll cast Blind, hopefully on Iron Man. There we go. We'll continue to whittle down Iron Man, evenly has a blind on him. Slow mist, Nebula there. And then the stun. Who will we stun? We'll actually stun Night Nurse, to be honest. I don't want her topping up Iron Man's health for casting regen on everyone. There you go, Unibeam missed. Now that he's cast Unibeam, he's not as dangerous. He's cast his special as well, so we'll take out Night Nurse. Didn't actually realise that Black Widow was downed. Hawkeye must have removed her stealth. There we go, this will help. Nice. Time to mop up now. So for the last tier 4 match here, I'm going to jump back to the Crossbones team. It's a bit risky with this Avengers team, because the Crossbones team normally we clear it with 5 characters with high health. This one here, you can see we've got 4 characters, and a few of them have got pretty low health. Stick it in auto here actually. Relax for a second. Hey, good to see you, Fate Ruler. Long time no see. Yeah, it's been over 6 months now that Marvel Heroes has been down potentially. There we go, little slip by Cap at the end there to finish off. Just checking time, might need to finish up soon. I'll get to tier 8, but I might need to finish up soon because I think the wifey will be home with the kids. Maybe even hear them now. Let's do a final match here and then we'll finish up. As mentioned as well, when it comes to the next stream, we'll see if we can sort out any connection or buffering issues that have happened tonight. Yeah, I can actually hear we're getting visitors really soon here. If the overlay pops up for a second, then someone's ran into the room. Just as we're finishing up this last match anyway, thank you everyone that's tuned into this stream. Let me know in the actual comments of the YouTube video what you'd like to see for the next stream, if you would actually like to see another stream after this. And as mentioned, I will look into sorting any buffering or connection issues as well. Awesome, thank you, Rox. I feel under pressure now. I can hear people coming in downstairs, getting ready to interrupt the stream. I'm going to have to finish this one up quick, just to warn you. So once again, thanks everyone for tuning into this. There we go, almost done. If you guys do like this, I'll look to do that regular thing. It's good to chat about all the different aspects of the game as well and get the questions live. I do quite enjoy that, and then I can hear your feedback as well. Yeah, it will always be a relaxed, chill stream with me because I'm always so tired. I'm not a high energy kind of person like the majority of YouTube at all. There we go, done. Excellent. Right, I think I really better go now. It's 20 past 11 here and I'm about to get interrupted by a 6-year-old as well that's going to be asking what I'm doing and trying to jump in the camera. So yeah, awesome. Thank you everyone for tuning into this. I'll see you all pretty soon because tomorrow I reckon I'll be working on the in-depth review for Punisher. After that we've only got about 5 or 6 to do and then we're done. and then we'll look to do more things like streams and guides as well. I've got some guides planned for the likes of Blitz and raids, and I'll be looking to do free-to-play guides as well as guides for players that maybe put a little bit of money into the game as well, so that it covers everyone. But yeah, that was hopefully pretty good fun. We done good in the Deadpool raid, up to tier 8 and Blitz. Sounds like a good way to end the stream. So thanks everyone, and I'll see you all again.